Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 coming at you with another Transformers video review. Today we are going to be taking a look at a fourth party slash knockoff of a Jetfire figure. I don't remember the original mold where it came from. The only reason I know it's fourth party is because I remember seeing it on the purchase page. I got this off of Showzy's store. I'm not entirely sure if it's still available or not, but overall it is a neat figure. Again, I don't remember exactly what this is a knockoff of, because I think even this knockoff has been around for a good little while, but it's still pretty solid. But we will take a look at the box here. TNT01 and then some foreign letters. Do got a nice picture here of Jetfire. We got some other languages on the bottom. Oops. On this side, just TNT model. Okay, let's get you out of the way so I can actually show this. On the top is just blank TNT model, and then there we have some product shots. We have a very simple box, not necessarily bad, but get that off to the side. And he comes with a lovely instruction booklet with decent sized pictures, and these are actually pretty solid instructions. They actually like highlight what parts are doing and stuff. They're actually not bad, so that's nice. Sometimes that's a rarity these days, but there is that. And we'll take a good look here at the figure. We got some translucent blue there for the cockpit. We do have his sort of red armor pieces here on his legs and on his arms. And his backpack does actually pop off. It's just on a peg here, so if you want to have him a little more clean looking, you can do that. And I believe these guns also, yes, they do also come off of the backpack, so you do actually have some display options with him. Put that back on. Do have some nice silver on that face. Got some metallic blue for that crest there, with a spot of little silver detail there, which is neat. Some red there on the hip skirts. Not really sure why, but the knee pads aren't made to close all the way, so you can sort of see the landing gear. Not super obvious, but I also do wish it would just close all the way. We do get his big old double-barreled blaster, and I think there's oops, tore his hand off. I think, yeah, that's what that is. Never mind, we'll get to that in a bit. I just noticed that and forgot what it was. Don't mind me. But we come back here. Does have thrusters on his jetpack. Does have the cool thruster feet. Always appreciate thruster feet. It makes a lot of sense to me. I think it's cool. I'm not entirely sure, but I think these little nubs might be blast compatible. I've not actually checked. No, they're too small. But yeah, so there is that, and these armor pieces do all come off. Same with the ones on his leg. Give it a good little wiggle. There we go. Yeah, they just peg in. So again, if you want to take this off, you do have some options there. Speaking of options, we got this little thingy, which I have waited to open, and we're gonna explore these together. So we do get an alternate head with his sort of armored look. Does have some nice metallic blue for the visor there. Some big old antenna done in black, and I do believe his head is just on a ball joint. So we're gonna pull a Decepticon and decapitate him. There we go. Ooh, never mind. This one, actually, you have to unscrew this one. And I do not have a screwdriver. Because, yeah, this one, the ball joint is exposed on the back. So, unfortunately, we're not showing that off because I'm not going to go dig up a screwdriver. Make sure I actually get his head back on all the way. There we go. But something we can show off is the alternate hands. So we do have 2 splayed hands. We do have 2 fully closed fists. And 1 finger gun. So, and the finger gun is for the right hand, and these just all are on pegs. So you can just pop those off. And now he can finger gun at Megatron. He'll never see it coming. Since we're here, I'm just gonna wiggle this off. And again, you can just switch these out nice and easy. They hold securely, and they're all on little pegs. So, nice little options there. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the regular fist back. These are obviously the ones he comes installed with, seeing as how I had not opened the bag yet. But we're gonna move those all off to the side, and now we're gonna talk about articulation. So, for the head, as you saw, it is on a ball joint, and also is on a little bit of a hinge, so you get some up and down, and some back and forth, and all that good stuff. His shoulders are on ball joints on hinges, so you do get plenty of movement there. You can get like full 360, as long as you account for collision. It does have double jointed elbows. It does also have a bicep swivel. Again, the wrists, if I can wiggle this out a little bit, they do swivel. They're kind of colliding with the sides of his arms here. And he also does have some up and down movement, which is cool. We do have a waist, though there is some colliding going on. It does have an ab crunch, which is cool. The hip skirts are on ball joints, so you can move those ones up. And you can only kick that far forward. Do get double jointed knees, so we get plenty of on the back there. Do have a hip swivel. We do get plenty of movement in the feet. We do get like back and forth, and we do get tilts. They're just on big ball joints, so. But there's also individual moving parts for the toes and stuff, so you get plenty of posability there, which is very nice. And I think that's it for the articulation. You can move the wings around if you want to as well. And you can sort of like pull out these guns. I believe they fold all the way around. It's easier if I just bend it like this. Yeah, you can give him shoulder artillery if you so choose. So there is lots of options. And I'll make sure to post the link in the video description just to like let you know what this actually is, since I can't remember. But we'll do a couple of comparisons here. See, for robot, let's show him next to our most recent official Starscream from the Timeline's Hearts of Steel. These guys a little further back. just to see how he scales. He's basically, I don't know, would this be a Voyager or a leader class at this point? It's sort of hard to tell. I think with all the moving parts, he probably would be a leader class, but I think he's around Voyager size. Do I have? I do have a Voyager. Here he is next to 86 Blaster. So yeah, I'd say he's like Voyager size. And of course, we got to show him off with the Commander. Give you an idea of how he stands next to the pinnacle of jet fighters. He's a big boy. I think I had one other one I was gonna show, or am I just imagining that? Oh, right. And here he is next to an old school Voyager. Anyway, I think that's enough comparisons. So I think we can go ahead and move on to transformation. So if you haven't already, you do want to take his gun off and put it off to the side. And then we are going to start by coming here and wiggling off these red parts and flipping them 180 and putting them back on, like so. I'm going to do the same for the other side. And this is pretty much the only parts forming you really need to do. Everything else can stay attached. So first things first, we are going to, I believe we want to unpeg these shin kneecap pieces. And then we are going to kaleidoscope those legs. So I accidentally pushed that kneecap back in. And we do want to make sure that both of them go all the way up so that they can tab together and sit straight and even. This one tends to take a little more to get into. There it goes. Get those together. Then we're going to come here to the toes and we're going to fold them in. Just sort of fold them up against these thrusters. Then we're going to take these top pieces of the heel. We're going to bring those forward a little bit. I think they just sort of sit on top here for now. I'm not entirely sure if these actually clip in anywhere. Yeah, I don't think they do. Just did this yesterday just to make sure I was freshened up on it, but anyway, next we're going to come up here to the arms and we are going to pull this whole big hinge out of the side of his body. Then we're going to bring this whole thing down like so. I'm going to do that for the other side as well. Then we can come here and open up these panels. I'm going to lower this, I'm not sure if I'm getting them in the shot enough. And we just flip in those hands. Going to open this up, flip in the hand, close it back up. Then going to make sure that this little tab right here goes into this little slot in the leg right here. I don't know how well all this is showing up since I have a like totally white background. But there we have his arms all secure. Then we are going to slide his backpack all the way back. And then we can just sort of bring his head, push it back. You do want to fold up this piece. And then I'll come back here and sort of cover that gap a little bit. And you do want to make sure to fold his head back under there. We can fold out the nose cone, fold out the next piece like so. I pretty sure that this also does not actually secure specifically anywhere. But then we can take the wings, fold them out, bring them out, and you can just sort of position those how you so choose. I like to have them facing pretty much all the way back. Then we can fold out the kneecap landing gear from before. And now we take the gun, and as you can see, it has a very long post because it needs to go right in there. Let me plug that in, and this is essentially the locking point for the whole nose cone. And again, it is still just kind of loose there, but this keeps it mainly in place. And then we can fold out the other landing gear from within the gun, and now we have Jetfire in his jet mode. Hooray! And it does look pretty darn good. And I don't think these are actually, no, they actually are rolling wheels. Not the best, but they do roll. And as you can see, the guns are facing forward now, which is pretty much the only reason you need to flip those around. If you don't care, you don't have to. They can face backwards if you don't feel like parts forming at all. And we can open up these guns again and bring them out. And you can have some major firepower on his vehicle mode as well. Because now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gun barrels pointing at you. Pretty scary. And yeah, these just kind of like sit here. If you just want to keep them like over the heel piece thruster like that, you can. It does leave a little gap here, but I mean, they're not really locked in anywhere. But yeah, other than that, pretty solid vehicle mode. Like I said, even though some parts are kind of just loose, the way that everything comes together holds most of it in place, so it's not really flopping around super bad. But yeah, I think overall it does look nice and comes together well. But we'll do some more comparisons. Here we have him next to Generic Seeker. And let's see. Here we have him next to Titan's Return Astro Train. And something a bit more recent, here he is next to Skybyte. So yeah. And this guy was not expensive. If I remember correctly, I think he was like around $30 with shipping. Like, he was not expensive. And overall, the plastic feels good. He doesn't feel like he's going to snap or break anywhere. I mean, aside from a couple places that just don't really tab in, I have no real complaints with this guy. Yeah, he's pretty solid. He feels good in hand. The transformation isn't, overly complicated or overly simple, but it gets the job done. It's good enough. Yeah, I don't really have too many issues with this guy. I think he came out well. Though again, I do remember this being listed as a fourth party / knockoff, so they probably just reproduced the exact same toy or maybe made small adjustments, and were just able to sell it at a cheaper price since they didn't have to develop a thing. Either way, I would recommend this figure, and again, I will put the Show Z link in the store just so that people have a reference for what it actually is, since I don't really have any idea what it's actually called, and I'm pretty sure what it said on the box was not what it said in the listing. So I'm just going to put that there just so everybody is on the same page. But yeah, overall, I think this is a good figure, and I definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this review, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.